So, summarize the last two episodes, or an hour and 30 minutes, because I went quite a bit longer on the last episode. Jay's been blackmailed into not being in the band. Or to give a bit more context to it, quite a bit. He's Ortegan, they're not friendly to gay people, his family, had a lot of kids, so, important. But his dad was gay, they split up, he got a bunch of alimony, they traveled the world, went to Woodcrest, got a CD of, the Black Claws, they went back to Ortega, things not good there because of all the homophobia, but what got Jay through the years was, the rock music, and fantasizing about, the main guy there that was, the Black Wolf, not me. And then he came to Woodcrest, out of all the places, he was like, I'm gonna go find the person that's my soulmate. Then he learned that the guy was actually a jerk, so he was like, well, that guy, it's terrible. But then, a couple of days ago, before doing the thing, he saw him in a strip club and then was like, you know what? I'm gonna do him, even though he's a jerk. So he does that, and that guy, knowing who Jay is, was like, yeah, I'm gonna record it, and if you don't quit the band, I'm gonna post it on the internet. Which, to be fair, I wouldn't think Jay would be, opposed to that. He's very open on his thing, and he's, done half of Woodcrest, so I don't know. I mean, it's not a good thing, but still, it's just you did that, knowing that what could happen, and you, I don't know. Also, you spent an hour and 30 minutes to do all that. I did it in 2 minutes. Anyways, I'm gonna do that because when I load the thing, it shows a woo. It also says a woo, but, since it's past the 1 minute mark, hopefully I'm clear. Oh yeah, reset my face. And hopefully we get to that point. Maybe day 18. We're back to day 14. I was fortunate enough to find a pile of discarded newspapers, which would serve as makeshift towels to clean myself of the considerable mess we'd made. I went through sheet after sheet, soaking up near endless supply of woo before I finally seemed I had everything covered. Also, it was the best woo in his life, apparently. I also took the time to apply pressure to my wounds, stemming the bleeding before covering them with my shirt. It would have been wise to hurry home and sterilize the wounds and bandage them, just in case. But first, I had better return to my friend I had left waiting back in the nightclub. Fully clothed once more, I began my return journey, taking only a brief moment to observe the evidence left behind. Even with so much caught by our bodies, the alleyway still looked like a crime scene. A large pool of white woo surrounded this by splatters and occasional spot of blood. One thing was for sure, whoever stumbled upon that horrible mess in the morning would have many, many unanswered questions. Maybe we'll get out of this, story and back to the real world. I closed the metal door behind me, wandering back into the nightclub. I glanced around nervously, worried that Glenn might have come back here. Thankfully, he was nowhere to be seen. I made my way over to Eric and sat down opposite of him with my same smug grin. Oh, Glenn was the other guy. Jay, what the fuck? Hey, bud, how are the curly fries? Fuck the curly fries? What the fuck? Aw, you worried about me? No, he could have killed you for all I knew. You were worried. No, He was worried. Fuck you, asshole. Damn it. Eric? I had only been joking when I suggested Eric had been worried about me. He was never the type to show concern about anybody else, and yet here he had just broken down to tears. It was completely out of character for him, which is how I knew exactly how serious it was. Eric. Fuck you. Of course, I was fucking worried, okay? I was so fucking scared. Yeah, you stood right here and didn't help your friend. I never knew you had a mode other than horny. Of course I fucking do. Fuck you, asshole. Whoa, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make fun of you. It's just... I was so scared. So goddamn scared. And useless. Hey now, I'm here. I'm not hurt. I admit, things got a little interesting out there. That's for sure. And man, I'm gonna be feeling it in the morning. But the point is, everything is fine. I'm fine. Good. That was so stupid of you. What if he had known who you were? Oh, he did. What? What the fuck, Jay? What the fucking happened? What fucking happened? Not the fucking. Well, started nice and easy. I wooed him. You know, the thing I do with my tongue? Yeah. Yeah, well, I got him a woo with that. He held on to the end too. Just like you did, remember? Yeah. I think he needs more curly fries to feel better. Yep, but he still had some left in him, so after a little convincing, we went at it. First time I've ever woo from the front. It was interesting. I suppose I'll say. No, I'll say? He even choked me a little, and I'm totally into that shit. Anyway, we finished up. Then he showed me that he was recording me during the woo. He's threatening to spread the video around unless I quit the band. Fuck. I mean, fuck. Dude. Dude, it was the best. I've never felt anything like it before. It was awesome. He'd probably be pretty pissed if he knew. Though, he'd probably be pretty pissed if he... What? That you like the sex? I don't think I was supposed to enjoy it. But it was so fucking real, Jay. Not some make-believe shit. I know. You're still smiling like a fucking dumbass. You're lucky you didn't die, you fucking weirdo. Fuck you. I know. You're right. The real danger of it was made it hot as hell. But it was so incredibly risky. I promise I'll never pull a stunt like that again. And I'm sorry for making you worry. You're gonna pull that stunt again, aren't you? What about the video? What are you gonna do? Hey, Eric, don't worry about it, okay? It's okay. I'll figure it out. Will you? What the fuck are you gonna do? Eric, just let me deal with it, okay? Don't worry about it. Those are the consequences of my actions tonight. Whatever happens, happens. Truthfully, I had no idea what I was gonna do. I just wanted to calm Eric down. I never felt empathy for Eric before, if only because he never made himself vulnerable. And yet, here he was, crying his eyes out with worry. That meant something, or better said, I meant something. And perhaps I didn't rightly know just yet, but I was looking forward to finding out. Question mark, exclamation mark? Is that blood? You're bleeding. Huh? Of all the days, I could have chosen not to wear a black shirt. On one of my bite wounds, I'd begun bleeding anew, and the blood was showing clearly through my clothing. Oh, this? Don't worry about it. It's just a little scratch. Nothing major. Grr, you're lying. Nah, doesn't even hurt. Don't worry about... Punch. Hey, buddy? Don't call me that. I'm not your buddy, pal. No, guy friend. Let's say we go watch some crappy movies at your place. I think I've had enough of this place for one night. It's a cold night out, too. I think we're in for a frost tomorrow morning. Gotta admit, those thick blankets of yours, they sound real good right about now. And hey, I know you're not the type, but it'd be even warmer if we snuggled up together while we watched. Eric sniffed as he reached for a napkin and used it to dry his tears. His cheeks were rosy red, clearly embarrassed that he'd shown such weakness. Either that, or perhaps he was gonna take me up on my suggestion, rather than decline like he had sometimes before. Let's go. Great, Let's bounce, okay, buddy? Shut up. Don't call me that. Oops, sorry about that, buddy. Fuck you. Ha ha ha! That night, I'm a dumbass. I mean, I had seen a new side of Eric that I never knew existed. We've been friends for a good while now, and sleeping together for just as long, but it was always remained entirely platonic. And honestly, I was okay with that. I wasn't looking for anything more. Are you gonna tell me an entire Let's Play story about how you and Eric are a thing now? But after it happened that night, not just the unbeatable woo-woo, but I suppose it had been a near-death experience too. Between both those things, I began feeling like I needed to change of pace. And almost as though it were fate, I'd catch a rare... What was that sound? Yeah. I was like, did somebody hit a car or something like that? But no, it's somebody moving in or out or whatever. A precarious glimpse of a very different side of Eric that lived beneath the hard shell of ego and a control libido. You know what? I like what I had seen. Are we back to reality? Finally! God, it's like that time on the hill where it took like 2 entire fucking months to do one scene. And that's what you missed, Adrian. You just had to go into excruciating detail, didn't you? Yes! Duh. I had the best time. How could I resist sharing all those heady details? I'm still a little tender down there, and the bite marks on my shoulder are looking a little worse for wear. Hurt like hell getting punched there this morning, too. But also, like, didn't we ask for the excruciating details? Besides, I made a commitment to celebrate bisexuality, and if sharing all the horrible details isn't a celebration, I don't know what is. Fair point, I suppose. But naturally, the whole thing also brought up a lot of shit I'd buried. It's been on my mind almost constantly the past few days. I was struggling to figure out what the answers were. That was until this morning, when I met with Maxwell. He reminded me why I escaped from Ortega, of how I felt growing up there. I'm a completely different person now. I might have been following what I thought were Glenn's footsteps, but in a way, I think it was a blessing in disguise that it turned out I wasn't. It just meant that the person I turned myself into was entirely original after all. An idealistic version of myself, the opposite of everything a taken society stands for, a person I could aspire to be. I wouldn't pretend my mind wasn't a good place back then. I guess with everything that I had going on, that persona became projected upon Glenn. It took on his appearance, and I fooled myself into believing it was an accurate reflection of reality. It was never truly Glenn. I simply thought that it was. And my confusion led me to learning a musical instrument, led me to moving here to Woodcrest, and I don't regret either of those decisions. I also realize now that he was wrong. The reason I joined the Black Claws had nothing to do with him. Regardless of how I felt about Glenn, I still loved the Black Claws as a band, still loved the music and the message. I always felt like you guys deserve a better ending. I learned of the auditions only a few days after we first met. Do you remember? At the cafe. It was your first day, right? I was more than a little starstruck, I admit. Glenn had been a disappointment, but my expectations were not grounded in reality. The blame for that lies squarely on my shoulders. They say never meet your heroes, but you on the other hand, I did not disappoint one bit. You were exactly the person I'd hoped you'd be, and the same goes for you too, Lucas. So, when I learned you guys were restarting the band a few days later and holding auditions for a bass player, sorry, idiot, it's been a long day. It seemed like fate. The Black Claws, minus Glenn, in need of a bass player. I could play bass, and even knew a bunch of your songs. Not because I was following Glenn's footsteps, because this band means so much to me, because the music quite literally shaped me as a person, And maybe, if the Black Claws continue to make music, it'll help more people, just like it did me. If so, I want nothing more to be a part of that. I was so incredibly nervous about the audition. I didn't rightly expect to get the gig. I would have been happy so long as you guys were able to continue making music, even if that didn't involve me. But, like I said, maybe it was fate. The moment we started playing together, it just felt so right. And being part of the Black Claws in the dream is a dream come true. I'll do everything in my power to help you succeed, to give you that second chance you deserve. I want you to know, I made up my mind. To hell with Glenn. He can release that stupid video for all the damn world. For all I care, I won't let him ruin this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I won't be intimidated. Also, it might help your career. I don't know, if you're becoming like a music player, then... I mean, it helped Kim Kardashian, right? You know, with her comeback. Jay, you are? Duh. No way I'd let you guys down. That's why I let you in suspense for 2 fucking hours. No way I'd let myself down. I'm here to stay, no matter what. Jay. I'm finally comfortable with my sexuality, and I can express it, enjoy it, and celebrate it freely here. And damn it, if that ain't what I always dreamed of as a teen. So, if people see a video of me a-woo, like it was going out of fashion, hell yeah, I say. I am here, living my best life, and I won't let anybody shame me for that. The video merely serves to prove I'm staying true to my principles. That's a victory in my eyes. Well, you didn't have to give us an entire fucking story to be like, hey, yeah, sticking with the band. And after everything that happened, after everything I've been through, I no longer resent Glenn for being somebody different from whom I'd hope. I resent him for a completely different reason. I was never in love with him. I was only in love with myself, or rather, the person I've become. But I do resent him for blackmailing me, and that's why I'm going to make sure to kick his ass in the upcoming battle and win that title for ourselves. Also sue him, because, you know, that's highly illegal. Fuck Glenn. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that asshole doesn't get it once. Only then I can finally put all this crap to rest, once and for all. Only then will it truly be behind me for good. Ty, Lucas, you guys are my heroes. Ty used to be just like Glenn once, but he grew up, matured, turned into this wise, kind, and incredible man that stands in front of me now. And Lucas, hi. Anyways, you kept him out of trouble. You looked out for him and had his back. You're the backbone of this band, its beating heart. And Ty, you're its soul. Glenn was nothing more than the face, and you're both better looking anyway. I'm allowed to change my mind, okay? I won't let Glenn threaten you. I won't let Glenn threaten me. I pledge to give you guys everything I have. I won't give my all on that. I will give my all on the bass guitar. My all on the backing vocals. I will carry amplifiers. I'll help write lyrics. I hope in any way I can. We got like what, a day or two? I'm gonna be your new Glenn. I'm gonna be better. No, I'm not gonna be your new Glenn. I'm gonna be better. You have my word. You already are, my dear. And we are thrilled to have you as part of the band. Agreed. For what my opinion's worth, I like the Black Claws a lot more with you in it. Thanks, guys. Thank you for having my back on this. And I'm sorry that I created such a fuss. If that video does get leaked, you guys have to be okay with that, right? I hope it doesn't affect the band's reputation. Of course, my dear. And worry not, it's a small price to pay for such a talented bandmate and a good friend. Besides, who is not a woo or two in their time? Fair point. Yeah, touche, I suppose. Thanks again, guys. You guys think he'll follow through? Regrettably, I do. Glenn is hardly the type to make idle threats. Unfortunately. So, sorry if that video turns up on your phones. Though, look on the bright side. Maybe it'll be educational. You can watch how a pro does it. I concede to being at least a little curious about this thing you apparently do with your tongue. You're actually planning to watch it? My apologies. I suppose that would be inappropriate. No, you have my blessing. I'm embracing this whole thing the best I can, so if you want to see, go right ahead. And besides, I'm still fully clothed. I've got that going for me. Only the woo in that video is Glenn's, so I guess if you want to peek, that'll be your chance. Seen it? Yes, been there, done that. Eh? You can't spend over 15 years in the band with somebody and not see them naked at least once or twice, my dear. Right. I guess that makes sense. But, Jay? This all happened the night before we met in the cafe with Diego. You never said anything. In fact, there were no signs anything was wrong at all. And when things went pear-shaped for me, what does that mean? You dropped everything to help. Well, that's a better distraction from your own problems than what's a better distraction from your problems than someone else's? Truth be told, helping you with what was going on made me feel a little better about my own situation. I'm sorry, Jay. Thank you for being there for me when I needed it, though. Don't be sorry. It's like I said, helping you kinda helped me in a strange way. So, thank you for that. And I guess I'm a little curious. What happened with Eric after all that? Nothing much, and yet, though something was certainly changed between us. That was the first night I'd stayed until morning without us having slept together. I know that doesn't sound like anything, but this is Eric we're talking about. And for me, and for me for that matter. And I'm pleased to confirm that we did, in fact, snuggle, just as I had hoped. And that is progress, however small. Man, Eric is just full of surprise, it seems. Has he bottomed for you yet? Heh, this is still a work in progress, sadly. But do not worry, he'll come round yet. Good luck. It sounds like you need it. And I don't know why I'm curious. I guess because all of this is so unlike Eric. I never really thought about the person he might be underneath. I guess I just took him at face value. Don't feel badly about that. Truth is, I did the same thing. That face value of his provided everything I was looking for. Yeah, I guess. Except the bottom, of course. It wasn't until the other day that things, they changed. After that encounter, I felt like I needed to change of pace. The whole celebrating my sexuality thing, that is, in a specific way, felt like I had reached its natural conclusion. And then, almost like fate, I saw a glimmer of somebody different behind Eric's horny exterior. I want to see more of that person. I want to get to know him. The last few days have been very difficult. He's still the same old self, if a little cagey, but I guess I have a whole new perspective on him, and I'm a whole lot more interested in our friendship because of it. I don't know what to expect, but he wears his ego like armor. It's usually as thick and impenetrable, but like he's shielding himself from something. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just misreading it. But I can't knock this feeling that there's something he's dealing with that he hasn't told me about. Something major. I hope that one day he can trust me enough to open up about it, to let me in, to allow me to help in any way I can. But I won't force the matter. He doesn't have to tell me until he's ready. You're probably exactly what he needs. It's just, how do you convince him of that? It's not gonna be easy, but good luck, Jay. Thank you, Lucas. Do you know something? I do, but Eric doesn't know how much I know, and he didn't tell me willingly. I only found out through my main competitor, his uncle, Cutter. Exclamation mark, question mark? Cutter? I heard this name before. I knew a Cutter had been giving Lucas all kinds of grief, undercutting his quotes and seeing business with shoddy workmanship to keep his prices sharp, but I had never known Cutter and Eric were related. Hold on, if Cutter's Eric's uncle, wouldn't he be working for him instead? That's exactly why he's working for me instead. The relationship is overwhelmingly hostile. That's why I trust him. Despite everything, I know whose side he's on. I see. So, it's family related. That makes sense. He's never spoken a word about his family. In fact, now that I think about it, he changed the topic any time it's come up. I spoke with Eric about that specific point. He was very reluctant. In the end, all he said is how much he hated his uncle, and that he wanted to do everything he could to make him suffer. Working for me, supporting a rival of his uncle's, that was one way of doing it. Eric is a pain in the ass, but when it comes down to brass tacks, he works. Hard. Harder than you can ever imagine. Harder than Dom. Hell, harder than me sometimes. He can be a liability, but sometimes he's also my best worker by a mile. It's a trade I'm willing to make. Sorry, it wouldn't be right for me to say anything more. Actually, get this to yourself as well. It's gonna be like several months worth of material that we're gonna have to read through this route. All of this is clearly something Eric wants to keep private, but if you can earn his trust, I think you could do him a good talk about it with someone who cares. It's okay. I agree. He would be fierce if it went behind his back. Like that, anyway. I'm supposed to be earning his trust, not breaking it. He can tell me when he's ready. Until then, I'll keep buttering him up. Seeing his cheeks all rosy reward is enough for me. Yeah, whatever. Thank you. And again, good luck. Gunnar was Eric's uncle, and Eric hated him. I was curious about the situation, but I knew it had nothing to do with me. I barely even worked for Lucas. Now, on account of my relationship to Ty, there was nothing I could do except leave it well enough alone. Anyway, thanks again for listening to me, you guys. I'm sorry it took so much time. Away from practice, it did. I've never told anybody about this whole story, and don't talk about it again. It's a long story. So it means a lot to me that you all listened. And thanks for having my back, too. I promise I won't let you down. We'll stick together. Indeed, we are a team, through thick and thin. Yep, and we're a team. So now that that's all the way, shall we start on our practice? The better we get, the harder we'll kick Glenn's ass. Yes, of course. And with that in mind, I have something to give you both. A copy for you as well, Adrian. I expect you'll quite like it. Ty reached into his pocket and retrieved several slips of paper. Passed one to each of us. Having received my copy, I could see it contained a loose drum sequence, guitar and bass tablature, and a full set of lyrics, the latter of which I found most familiar indeed. This is our new song. I must confess to having misled you to some small way. I hope you will forgive me. I simply want to surprise you with this tonight. Alas, I still had not finished working on it, so this is why I was so delayed earlier today at the bar. I'm terribly sorry, my dear. I hope it is worth the wait. Don't apologize. You guys have to perform for the very first time in 2 days. If you told me this was what you're doing, I would have been more than happy to give you time. And the fact you want to surprise me, well, thanks, Ty. No, thank you, my love, for being so understanding. Please, take a look at the final verse. I have written a whole new version. I glanced down at the final verse of the song. The previous version had a sad ending. This one had a very different version indeed. An autumn's day beneath twilight skies, the man I loved again appears. Forgives me for my foolish lies. Once more, my eyes fill with tears. We unite our love so strong, secrets lay to bear our future together. Never again will we say so long. We both shall remain in love forever. Ty, do you like it? It's beautiful, Ty. No, it's perfect. My dear, it could have not been anything but. For you see, it was inspired by someone equally perfect. Tears began welling up in my eyes. We both shall remain in love forever. Tao is right. This time, it was forever. Unless it's like changes at day 19. Unable to restrain myself, I leaned forward, planning a loving kiss directly on Ty's lips. Judging by the look of surprise on his face, it caught him entirely off guard. Oh my. Aw, that was adorable. I launched in, giving Ty another loving kiss. Right lips. I didn't care that Jane and Lucas were watching. No one bit. I love you so much, Ty. And I love you too, Adrian. Ty wrapped his hands around the back of my neck, pulled me into another kiss. Followed by another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and another. Make such a cute couple, don't they? Yep. Uh-oh. Cannonball in here. Oh, wow. I think that's a lot of tongue. Shall we say something? That face that he has right there is like, yeah, okay. The moment the clothes come off, you grab Adrian, I grab Ty. Get it. Thankfully, it wouldn't come to that, as he managed to rein ourselves in before things got too heated. We instead opted to save that for later in the evening, for we have some privacy. After all, there's so many things, ways of showing love that you simply could not express in company. And with that scene changes actually hitting the mark on time, that's good. Fucking bite the same part of my tongue every single time. That's good time to call it. So, please comment, cause I like them comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like see grown, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos to grow. And please remember to spay your animals so help control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, yeah, it's available free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game better, yeah, that was version earlier, you can go to the Patreon, where you can get it for $5. Oh, right, they don't have Patreon. But you can get it from someplace. You know. Anyways, until next time, another Let's Play by me, the GamerWolfSix of Sileo, Tales of a New World. So thanks and see ya.